I'm going to start with you. I know you got a lot to say today. Why can't teams stop it? And why can't anyone else do it?
Well, I think it's a matter of leverage. So what Nick Sirianni has done is he's done what Bill Belichick did for a lot of years. He studied the rules. And he understood that there was a time where defensively we could use leverage, where we could push. You can't do that anymore. We seen that in the Broncos game where they said he pushed him down, so he used leverage to jump over. There was a time where you could do that. There was a time where when we did field goal, the linebackers would push us forward. You could actually do that. They took that out of the rules. So Nick Sirianni said, well, they can't use leverage, we can. And he's gotten a guy who is strong as Jalen Hurts, and it's how they run it. I'm okay with them running it, but here's the thing. People need to let their pride go, and if you want to find a way to stop it, I think all teams should have a tush push package. And what that means is take out these smaller guys. Everybody's trying to stop it with linebackers. Take them out the game. Put in defensive linemen, because the problem is with the leverage, with the push, you have no weight to counteract it. So you need to have your biggest lineman over the top of the center, because that's legal. You need to have two linemen in the A-gaps, because that's legal. Instead of having backers back here, put defensive linemen right there. So now when you have your nose guard, he's over the top of the center. Two D tackles, they're in the A-gaps. These other guys can stand up. They can't push, but they definitely can run in there. So they need to get all the gaps. Just have all defensive linemen. Get two defensive linemen that can stand up. That's the only way to counteract it, because they have leverage and they're pushing forward. Jalen Hurts is so strong. He's so explosive moving forward. It's hard to stop his momentum. It does not matter if you're what the offensive linemen are doing. They're going to the ground. You're not going to get lower than them. But if you got these guys who can stop his leverage right here in the middle, you got two people that can stop right here, but even when what's happening is he's just falling over the top of them. But if you have two linemen that are standing there instead of these smaller guys, now you got weight versus weight.
So timeout. Are you saying that teams are using linebackers as down linemen to stop?
No, they're standing up.
Okay, they're still down linemen.
Yeah, they down linemen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm going to do, Skip?
They
when them down linemen come to the field, hey, check. I'm going to go to empty. And
or
get it that way.
Or you're going to fake it and then pitch it to Saquon.
Exactly.
But I'm saying you got these, that's why we have, man, the NFL produces mutants. You got a lot of linemen that can run.
Yeah.
So that's why it needs to be a package. You need to get that meeting room with the coach and say, okay, who can adjust to this just in case they do get out of this?
Right.
But you got to have the right personnel in, but that's literally the only way to stop. There's no way to stop it, because as you've seen, but like I said yesterday, with the false starts with the guards, that's what's going to get it outlawed. Or now, you see yesterday, these refs is like, hold on, let's adjust that. But there's literally no other way to stop it.
Should
because
it be banned?
It shouldn't be banned. Like, you're dealing with the most fierce competitors in the world, and you're telling them, y'all can't stop this.
Right.
I know who he is. I know how I am. I'm thinking, you gonna tell me I can't stop? Man, forget, let's line it up. Don't outlaw it. No, we gonna show y'all we can stop it. So no, it shouldn't be outlawed. If you don't like the play, stop it. Just figure out a way to stop it.
But Gerald, 3 years now, teams have been trying to do all those things you're talking about, and nobody can stop
I haven't seen nobody put linemen in at linebackers. I haven't seen nobody fill every gap with a lineman.
Stand up?
Well, they have to, because if you have a lineman over the top of the center and two in the A-gaps, when they're getting pushed, you got linebackers that have no weight and all they doing is trying to jump over the top. They getting carried. But if you got 270, 280 to 330 guys standing there, they're built to absorb that. So now everything stops like this. So there's a chance that you just stop at the line. There's a chance he falls sideways. Anything can happen.
So would you want to be a stand-up linebacker at your size and dive over the pile?
I would be the hand on the ground guy.
Well, I'm sure you would.
But you can get
I like it. I like it though, G. But I always say, hey, if you can't beat them, join them. I think more teams should do it. It's what gives the Eagles the advantage when they do it is you can't move till we move. That's how the false starts came into play.
Yeah.
You can't move till we move. So if all we need to get is a half a yard or maybe a yard, we start this thing with 300-pounders across the board. If they start first and then you got to go, we going to fall forward. And some guys pushing us behind, 250-pounders pushing, we going to fall forward for a half a yard. The Eagles are not the only team in the league who can do it. They're the only team who want to do it. The Chiefs don't want to do it because Mahomes got hurt on the sneak before. You know what I'm saying? It's other teams in the league who do it. So, hey, everybody everybody can do it, though. It's not hard to get a half a yard right in the middle. If y'all dive into their legs, the second level push us a half a, bro, it's not hard to do. Watch the tape, bro. It's a copycat league. Watch the tape and see what they do. Okay, they get real low and they crawl. Our linemen could get real low and crawl. If you can't beat them, man, hey, join them.
That's why I don't think it should be outlaw, but like you said, the offense, we can't go defensively until they start. That's why you need
the advantage.
Guys, but that's why you need guys standing up. So as soon as it goes, I understand these guys in the A-gap, but I'm right behind them to add more weight because you need something to try and counteract the fact that they're getting this jump on you. That's the only way to do it. These little
not
guys
gonna work
ain't
either.
gonna do it.
It's nothing going to play.
That's what I said.
The play is unstoppable. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
So while everybody else
try and stop it.
The rest of the league needs to just watch the film, break it down. Oh, okay, I see what we got here, and do the same shit. 4th and 1, y'all do the same
You want to know
shit.
the real remedy to stopping it? Keep them out of 3rd and 2.
Hey, outlaw. If you don't want to see the play,
That's
the
not
league
gonna
got to
happen,
take
though.
the play
Yeah,
out.
man, that's what I'm saying, man. The only way to stop it is keep them out of 3rd and 2. But
I hear you. Look, I'm an offensive guy, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know how to stop it. But that was my number one point, is it's an action versus a reaction.
Right. Yeah.
When you're in the trenches, and you guys know this, the margin for error is so small. I mean, even just a millisecond, you've already lost. When you have that type of weight pushing that type of weight, if you start first, you have an advantage. The other reason, though, I think that they're so successful at it, like Akeem was saying, is they practice it. They rep it. They perfect it. They go to practice. Jason Kelsey was talking about it. We work on this. We don't just show up on Sundays and hope that it works.
Right.
When I was in the NFL, even in college, and I was telling Skip this earlier, everywhere that I played, the only time that we would practice a quarterback sneak would be the day before the game when you do those 25%, 50% walkthroughs and shorts and a T-shirt, and you're running the 2-minute drill, you get down to the goal line, hey, kill, fake it, we're going to do a quarterback sneak with no defense. And then you spend maybe 1 to 2 minutes on it the rest of the year. The Eagles have perfected that because they spend time working on it, and then they do it over and over in the game. If you want to be great at it, work on it in practice. And then the last thing, like you said, you have Jalen Hurts, who can squat 600 pounds at quarterback.
He separates everything.
Go find, I guarantee you in the history of the NFL, you're not going to find another quarterback that can squat 600 pounds. Then you have Saquon Barkley pushing him, who also squats 600 pounds, and you have 2 tight ends. It's almost impossible, and you're moving behind the offensive line up front. So those are great points. Again, I don't think you stop it. I don't think you do.
That's what I said. I don't think you can, but if you're going to try it, that's literally the only thing I can think of because they get leverage and they get to go first.
And the worst part is we saw it in the game against the Commanders last year when the refs were literally saying we're going to award them the touchdown if they jump again on defense.
Yeah,
because you're getting up there and you're hut, and they know when they're going, you don't. And now you have to sit back and then, like I said, action versus reaction.
Luvu tried to jump twice and jumped the gun.
Yeah.
And finally, the ref is saying, if you do it again, then they had an encroachment. Jonathan Allen had one. So they had 3 in a row penalties just trying to screw it up. And he finally said, if you do it once more, I'll just give them the touchdown.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, again, I've been watching, observing, studying your game for a long time, way before you guys were around. And I have never, ever seen an unstoppable play in the National Football League until now. And it's not just unstoppable in week 2 and week 1. It's been unstoppable for 3 long years.
Yep.
They've all met in their meeting rooms all week long. We're going to try this. No, let's try that. No, let's do this. And remember, Shane Steichen was on the ground floor of inventing this play when he was the Eagles coordinator. So he goes to Indianapolis, and he tries it 3 times with 3 different quarterbacks in Indianapolis, and it fails every time because it's a one-man show to me, and only one man. Jalen Hurts has revolutionized the game with that play because it is truly not stoppable because of him. He is smart with it. Like Tom Brady was the greatest quarterback sneaker I ever saw, but there was no tush push to it. But he was smart, and I've talked about this where he would take the step back and look and then dive.
Yeah.
Whatever open, he would dive left or right or go over the top or whatever he had to do. Whatever presented itself, Tom would take advantage of that, or that. Jalen Hurts is equally smart. He grew up with his father, a coach in Houston. And to your point, if you can squat 600, there's really no push to the play to me. It's straight Jalen Hurts. I try to watch closely on the push. I don't think they're helping him very much.
Oh, they help.
They push.
But he is so powerful. He's getting it mostly by himself. And there are many times when he will get it on second effort after the push is over, and he'll hit a brick wall and he'll squirm sideways and he'll thrust again with 600-pound squat legs.
Yeah.
And he'll just force the ball ahead past the marker. And yet, remember, the league almost outlawed it because it was going to take 24 votes to outlaw it, and they got to 22. So I looked at the teams who voted pro-push, who voted for it. There are 10, and one would be the Eagles, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The other 9, 7 of them are in the AFC, so they're like, screw it, we don't really care that much. We're not in their division. We're not in the conference. So I'm thinking we're getting to the point where if they put it up for grabs again this coming off season, I think they'll outlaw it because I think this league has not figured out a way to stop him, and they tried to make it an injury issue. Well, it's going to cause too many injuries. Well, I don't think Jalen Hurts is in any jeopardy at all. I don't ever see him in a dangerous situation. I don't know if you guys do, but and then the other thing is, you talked about practicing, that they say they don't practice it. Maybe the offensive linemen do it on their walkthroughs.
They rep it in the game, though, over and over and over.
Well, the way they're practicing it, they do it so many times.
Yeah.
The other day at Kansas City, they did it 6 times. Now, it has to present it, the opportunity has to present itself. But they did it 6 times, which tied their high for the last 3 years of doing it. So they're flaunting it, man. They're just saying, they actually, you can make a case. I know Travis Kelce dropped the ball at the goal line, but you can make a case they won the game at Kansas City with the Tush Push.
It is.
Because they salted it away, man. Yeah. And it takes the heart out of the defense because you're proud warriors, man. And all of a sudden you're saying, damn, I can't. You wouldn't have much of, you wouldn't be probably involved that much on it anyway. Nope. You just have to watch and make sure they didn't fake it and do something else. But it's going to take your heart away after a while if you try your damnedest to match their leverage and you fail because the quarterback's just too powerful for you. You're just going to say, man, they snatched my heart. They got me, right?
Yeah, there's nothing you could do about it. Like, it's just that when they outlawed defenses pushing on field goals, it was the safety of the snapper. Like, he's getting hit. But it's just like, I think that should just be a special teams thing. You shouldn't, if you're not going to outlaw the play, which I don't think they should, you should allow the defense to be able to push as well. And if they add that back in, then it's all fair game.
I still don't think it'll be fair game because, shit.
Because they can go first.
Because they can go first, bro. But
at least you got to look like
the key to it right there.
Man,
if y'all got to say, and go real quick, bro, we got the advantage. And all we need is a half a yard or 1 yard. So they always going to have the advantage. So
I'll tell you this
the only thing that you can do is just join them. You got to learn how to do it yourself. You got to master the tape. You got to practice it. Like you said, I don't know if they practice it or they don't. But if you're not the Eagles, maybe you should practice it a little bit and see how we want to crawl and see what guys we want in the back pushing. Because if I got the Lions line telling me the Lions line can't get off the ball and get that with Jared Goff, he can't squat 600 pounds, but Montgomery behind him can. So he's just going to grab Jared Goff and he's going to squat the 600 pounds. So I don't really think it's the quarterback. Because you can have a guy behind me pushing.
So you don't think it's Jalen Hurts?
I think it's Jalen Hurts.
I think it's the timing of it, and I think it's just a hard play.
I think it's Jalen,
Then everybody would do it, and nobody else.
Josh Allen tried it last year and it didn't work.
But Josh Allen does. So Josh Allen never did a tush push, and it was successful.
They tried it last year in the playoffs, and it didn't work.
One time. So he never did a tush. So
they
no
did it
other
more
team.
than once.
So you're telling me we can't clip no other team doing a tush push that it never worked?
There have been a few that.
Hell yeah, been a lot of teams that done it.
But not this consistently.
Because they don't do it this consistently.
They don't do it.
You know what I'm saying? They don't do it this consistently.
Think about this. the Eagles have done it over the last 3 years 116 times. That's
Right.
a lot of tush push. They have been successful 97% of the time. That's absurd.
Yeah.
That's unfair. I mean, that's the unstoppable play.
Yeah.
Just so you know, the Bills have a 90% success rate doing the tush push.
There you
51
go.
out of
Yeah, but
I
how
promise
many
you, though,
times?
Skip,
Like,
51 out of 57 attempts.
Look, that's a
They've
bunch of
gotten it.
times too.
to run it 116 times, like you said, and be successful 97%, they practice that.
Yeah.
They can say they don't, but I promise you, the thing that I worry about the most on that play is that center quarterback exchange. That is terrifying when the center's that
Yeah,
low.
yeah.
You don't just show up on game day and say, all right, I hope we don't fumble the snap.
Yeah.
Let's work on this. You're not successful to play unless you work on it in practice. And they may say they don't and say, okay,
definitely
we
work
rep
on
it
it.
in
They
practice,
work
we rep
on
it in the game. I promise you they say that so other teams don't think, all right, well, let's go spend time on it. They work on it at practice.
Other teams will. I
100%.
guarantee you, Skip, this
Yeah.
year, next year, you're going to see a ton of teams start running it.
All
I mean,
right.
other teams, they look at their quarterback. Shit, he makes $50 million a year. I don't know if I want to put him in that situation. Mahomes got hurt doing the
he did.
quarterback sneak
He
before.
did.
He
So
did.
Teams see that,
Okay.
and they don't know if they want to lose their guy. But, hey,
from a corner perspective, some teams have tried blitzing the corner off the edge.
Right.
And trying to grab Jalen by the butt and just
pull him
yank
back.
him sideways, or at least hold on to him. And it appears that hadn't worked either. Would you?
but even if you pull him back,
yeah.
forward progress
Forward,
is in
yeah,
effect.
forward
So
progress,
wherever he
yep.
get, if you pull him back, I'm already up there.
Listen.
So that ain't no answer to it.
Defensively, this is what you need to be in your defensive meeting room saying, listen, y'all, we got 7 yards. We don't have 10. Look, we got to keep
That's
them
true.
at 7.
No, you're right.
Like, that's just where, if you want to stop it, you have to do your dangness to say, we got 7 yards with this team.
Yep.
We don't have 10. We got to keep them at 7. We got to get them in 3rd and 3. That's as much as we can give them. Otherwise, we already know what time it is. Like, I know that's hard to do, but
To
Yeah.
me, and
Yeah.
I've always been a Jalen Hurts believer. He's not the most gifted thrower of the football, but it works. We talked about this the other day. But when you throw this thing on top of it, this is why you can make a strong case that without numbers, he threw for 101 yards at Kansas City, but without the tush push, you can make a case they're not the same team. So you can make a strong case for him being the MVP of the league on these kind of things that don't count in the stats, because there's no tush push stat that we all hang on
Let me
to.
ask you this, kid. Hey, what team? It's a team out there who put their tight end under center and do it.
Yeah,
do that?
someone put somebody in, the tight end will go in motion and
Emotional,
then
he
just
slides
stop.
up under
So-
center and goes. They do it a lot in college.
I mean, look, that's the answer right there. If
Okay.
you don't want your quarterback to get hurt, put your running back. Let him take snaps throughout the week.
Okay?
And let him do it. But I mean, hey,
Okay,
if you wanted to get took out the game, water that shit down.
Okay.
Everybody in the league, 3rd and 1, everybody do it. Then they be like, oh, this shit getting boring, bro. Let's just take it out. You know what I'm saying?
think-
Water it the fuck down.
I believe the tush push requires some brains as well as brawn, and I don't know if the tight end can think the way Jalen can think and find the
This is a
crevice.
class of 2,000 guys, Skip. Like,
yeah?
I could fucking go do a tush push. Just let me just get my snaps right. Let me get the snaps
Right.
right. Then I'm going to snap
well,
my feet.
and I will
I'm going
say,
to run my
Jay-
my 330-pound squat legs. And, hey, you squat 500, push me, bro. We'll get a half a yard.
There
No,
are
not
times
rocket
too, though,
science to
like
it.
Jalen Hurts does squat 600. That's a big factor, and I agree with that. But there are times his feet aren't even on the
His
ground.
feet ain't even
he's
moving.
riding the back of the
It's
dog. It's a lot.
back of him. It's pushing the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
They're carrying him. But
it's
like
not
I said,
rocket science, man. It's
that was
not
the thing,
rocket
though.
science,
No,
man.
you
You
couldn't
gotta
have done
rep
it because your ham was always pulled or your groin. Or
I just
Y'all
feel
was
like
hurt
teams,
motherfuckers.
teams,
I was a hurt motherfucker.
teams don't want to spend time
I
working.
could have pushed myself for a half a yard.
Gil,
Or maybe we should put defensive linemen under
Put a
center
D
and let
lineman
them-
there. A tight end is perfect.
No.
Put.
There's going to be 20 fumbled snaps. We're going to be.
You just gotta let him practice. You have a tush push guy. At the start of practice, you get your ass out there 15 minutes
Like you
early
said, you
and
gotta
take
work
20
on it.
snaps.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that's why
That's
I
what
They're repping that. You
I
gotta
know.
work on it,
But they're
man.
saying
Like,
that, and Kelsey was saying our practice was in the game. Like, we ran it over and over. I promise you they are working on that in practice. They just don't want other teams to know, oh, hey, we can work on it too, and we can find other ways to run it. But I guarantee you don't just show up and run that play and be that successful at it on Sundays and just hope it works on 3rd and 1.
So the 4th and 1 play, the straight handoff to the running back, the tailback, whatever you want to call it, it's always scary to me because you give the defense a
Yep.
beat. You know, it takes a second for him to turn and give, and it just seems that feels like a 50-50
that's all
play.
and for a player
Right?
like me, that's all I needed. Because when
Yeah.
I came up to the line, I'm looking at everything. I look at guard versus tackle. I look at his splits. I look at his hand. I look at where he's sitting. I look at where the tight end is. I look at where the center is. If that center, if there's a space right here, then I know he need room to go this way. If I look right here in this little space, if you leaning too much, I'm swimming it. If he's leaning too much, I'm playing back into him. All I need is a little clue, and if you turn around and hand it off, that's enough for me because I'm looking at everything.
Yeah.
But that right there ain't no thinking in it. You ain't got nothing.
Just take the push out of it. Quarterback sneaks. It's
could
been
take the
around
push
forever,
out.
right?
It has.
So just make them sneak it by themselves, and then we'll see what Jalen Hurts
That's what
do
I'm
by his
saying.
damn self.
That's the only thing they can do is say
take the push
they
out of it,
can't
bro.
push. They can't
And
push.
the only way you're going to get
yeah.
that is if it get watered down. If every single team start doing it and the game gets to, it's 2nd and 2, shit, 2 tush pushes in a row. Then like the ratings going to fucking go down. And when the ratings go down, they go, oh, take that shit out. We want touchdowns. We want big plays.
Yeah.
Take that shit. So water it the fuck down. If you the rest of the league,
Are you saying they
water that shit down?
They can't push him in the back on that play?
Yeah.
Without the pushing? That was banned up until 2006. You used to not be able to push. But the issue I have with that is, where do you draw the line? Like, do you define it just as a tush push? I mean, what if you kick a screen out on a tunnel screen, tackle's going out there to block the corner, he runs into the guy, arm gets behind him, and he pushes him forward. Or the running back gets
throw a
stuck,
flag on his ass.
and then you start pushing the pile. So you're saying all pushing, period?
All pushing is hey, you got to do it yourself. You can't push a guy to help him. Take that shit out, man. Hey.
All right, so you
Here's what it
played
is.
with Brady.
Yeah.
He was the greatest quarterback sneaker ever.
Yeah.
On brains, because he wasn't exactly a physical football player, and he did not, I don't know what he squatted.
He wasn't
but
600, though.
No.
Nah.
probably stronger than he looked.
Yeah.
You know, but still.
He's a big guy, though, too. He was tall.
6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah. So secret was for Brady, who's the opposite of Jalen Hurts, was what then?
Yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, his biggest thing was when you do a quarterback sneak, you're always taught, let the surge go first. Guys that would snap it and just run right into the center, it's not going to work. When you would do a quarterback sneak without the tush push, drop step with your right foot or left foot, whatever you want, drop step, let the surge go. If the right guard's winning, the left guard's winning, then you react, fall to that side, and I only need a yard or two. So you'd let it develop, drop step, and then go. And Tom, go watch his tape. He was so good at that. If you see him drop, he hardly ever went straight over the center. He would fall over the right guard or the left guard, even get out to the tackle sometimes, but he was just so good at the way
And
he
he
ran.
got really low.
Yeah.
Tom was great. He never went over the top. Tom was always like super low.
Yeah, he never did the, no, I agree.
Well, Gil is in the comments right now blowing us up. He misses us. We love you. Gil.
Gil.
He's watching.